Hello everybody, my name is Kroma, and I have been making Pokemon videos about the Pokemon Wedlocke, a much more difficult version of the Nuzlocke challenge, for over 5 years now, and I've been doing them in my personal time for even longer than that. And over the years, almost all of my series, actually all of my series, have had incredible moments and awesome things happen in them, and I thought it would be a really awesome thing to go ahead and make videos taking a look back at many of those moments, so my viewers and I can reminisce, and maybe even some people who haven't been a part of the channel can be introduced to them as well. My Pokemon Black Wedlocke is one of the very first series I did here on the channel, in the very first year of the channel actually. It was my 4th ever series, and it is home of a lot of the very first memes and funny and awesome moments that the channel had seen thus far at that point. But not just that, it is home to one of the most bizarre and unbelievable endings any series of mine or any series of Pokemon Nuzlockes at all here on YouTube have ever seen still to this very day. Overall, this was generally one of my more tame series, going pretty well throughout, really not facing much adversity until the end of the game, and even then it still was pretty alright for the most part. The first 2 Pokemon I received in this adventure being my starter Pokemon, my superior Shamrock, and her partner, Stoutland, named Umber, were still there at the very end, and that Stoutland Umber is the subject of today's video. The rest of my team consisted of Rose the Chinchino and Royal the Sigilif, and Charcoal the Crocodile with Twister the Archeops. However, Archeops Twister died against the last battle against N right before Ghetsis, and Rose and Royal died against Marshall in the Pokemon League. Meaning going into the final fight of the game against Ghetsis, I only had 3 Pokemon to work with, being my Crocodile Charcoal to lead with because I had led against N with Charcoal and Twister, and then in the backup, my superior and Stoutland, who had been there from the very start. So what exactly makes this final battle with Ghetsis and my Black Wedlocke so unbelievable? Let's take a look back on that moment and find out exactly why. Alright, I'm going to try a different style for this type of video this time and actually watch this moment back live with everybody. So let's go over to my channel and in the playlist Finished Nuzlocke and Wedlockes. It's my 4th series, like I said, so it is quite the old one at this point, but it's still a good one. So back then, I hadn't quite started doing hardcore Wedlocks. So this Wedlocke has the rule set of, I still had level limits and I fought everybody, but I allowed 3 items per pair per battle. So there will be item usage in this fight, but it's still limited enough that it was an entertaining enough challenge. We have a Taco Bell ad. Let me skip that. All right, Taco Bell ad has been skipped. I apologize if there was anybody out there trying to actively avoid the Taco Bell craving, if you will. But let's go ahead and jump into the finale of my Pokemon Black Wedlocke from 2016, October. So it's almost been 5 years, which is absolutely incredible to me. I can't believe it's been that long. But let's get this finale started, man. This is a good pun. So let me skip the monologue here, because I narrated it, of course. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this, because it's, it's different than doing post-commentary, but I thought this would be a more fun way to look back at it. So let me know what you guys think about that, compared to the previous episode from this little series I'm doing here. So, as you can see on the layout, like I said, my Archeops Twister had died against N, and Rose and Royal had died in the Pokemon League against Marshall. So, because I had led against N, you go N and it gets us back to back. You don't get to change your party in between. So, I led with Charcoal and Twister. That means I'm leading this fight with Charcoal. And because it's a Wedlocke, Charcoal's partner is dead. Charcoal is stuck in this battle unless Charcoal beats the fight or loses. And as you can tell by this being about my Stoutland, Charcoal does not make it very far.
The odds are not in our favor.
They were not.
But I will do whatever it takes to come out on top. Let's go, Charcoal.
I did. Although it wasn't really me. It was my Stoutland, as you will see here. It is absolutely insane. So, basically, at this point in the fight, I know my Crocodile Charcoal has to do as much damage as physically possible to give us a chance. Because I don't actually even believe that Umber the Stoutland has an attack that can hit Cofagrigus. Actually, He does. Just maybe he has crunch. I don't remember. We'll see. It's been a while. But Charcoal obviously doesn't get affected by money very much and will be poisoned with toxic. So can't switch. Charcoal's a goner. But Charcoal does eventually take out Cofagrigus, and then Hydreigon comes in. So Hydreigon is normally the Pokemon that really destroys you when you're fighting Ghetsis, of course, in Pokemon Black and White, or even Black and White 2 for that matter. His Hydreigon is absolutely insane, and it has ridiculous coverage, as you will soon see. So, well, I skipped too far ahead, but yeah, there's not anything I could do here. It has Surf, and it's a Hydreigon. Almost full HP, but I believe Charcoal's special defense was dropped the previous turn from Shadow Ball. So that's Charcoal dying. And if you see my party here, you might be like, well, you have a Stunfisk and a Ferocity. So because Rose and Royal died against Marshall, I filled my team with 2 Pokemon from my PC that, so Zekrom or Reshiram, whichever one it was, doesn't get automatically added to the team. But they're not eligible. I had to do it with the 6 that I entered the Pokemon League with, and that includes Ghetsis. So it looks like I have Pokemon. And Twister is fully healed because you get healed after N, but Twister's not eligible to be used because Twister already died. So at this point, it's my Stoutland Umber and his partner, Shamrock the Superior. The 2 that started it all against 5 of Ghetsis' Pokemon, and it does not look good. So let's see what I go into. It's been a little bit, but I know I go into Shamrock here.
I got rid of Workup.
Yeah, I got rid of Workup, which is a big regret in hindsight, because that would be, you know, you might click on this video thinking, all right, so your Stoutland beats Ghetsis by himself, right? That's what we're getting to here. It would be a lot more like, oh yeah, I can see how you did it if you had Workup, right? Because I could, like, you know, build up for the sweep to try to salvage this. There's no stat boosting moves on my Stoutland, so it gets down to the wire here. And Shamrock has Attract, which is my backup here. And Rocky Helmet and Silk Scarf, respectively, here. So it does not look good. We have Attract, but what am I hitting it with, right? It doesn't look good. In hindsight, actually, I probably would have sent Umber out first here, but we probably would have lost. So I think I made the right play, even though it doesn't look like it. But yeah, started my journey, trying to finish it. So obviously I want to use Attract here, because if I can just, you know, stall it out with the 50% coin flip, that's what I'm going to want to do. But it is Fire Blast, and it hits through the attraction, which is very unfortunate. But Shamrock's going to be able to survive this here with 15 HP. And it does not burn. So this is the turning point in this fight. You might be like, how are you actually getting out of this? This Hydreigon has Focus Blast, and he's got 4 other Pokemon that are incredibly strong. I don't know how I got out of this either, but it's a tale to be told. So I have Leech Seed, and this is very important. It's just dealing massive amounts of damage while I waste a healing item, essentially. But I'm able to get Leech Seed off, which is really good. This is going to come in clutch here. So it does hit through. Attraction didn't actually do anything, and it kills Shamrock with Fire Blast. So at this point, this leaves me with a single Pokemon left, despite what the team actually looks like. Per the rules, I have a single Pokemon, and that is my Stoutland Umber. And this Pokemon is infamous. Oh, not infamous. This Pokemon is famous for what happens here. And I think we just need to let this go and see just how incredible Umber is for saving this entire challenge. He wins this by himself. And no workup, like I said. So we're going to, lose right here when it hits with Focus Blast. Or not. He avoids the Focus Blast and doesn't do quite half, but the Leech Seed's going to assist him. So his partner from the grave is giving him a chance here. And he avoids another one, which is very lucky, and finishes Hydreigon off. So now you got to think about this right here. This was going through my mind. He's got Return and Ice Fang and Crunch for his attacks. He's got a Bisharp. This doesn't look good. It just does not look good. But he sends Bouffalant out next. I assumed Umber would take damage a lot more than he does here. And we have Facade as well.
Very fun challenge regardless.
I'm basically talking as if it's over, and I know it's over, right? We get a crit with return. It's actually going to assist us in being able to take it out the following turn. Or actually, the recoil from head charge is going to take it out. So that was a really good critical hit. Umber is one lucky dog right here. And I'm, worried. Like, could this happen? And out comes his Seismitoad. So this is something that is really interesting to talk about here. This Seismitoad on every Pokemon fan site there is lists its ability as Swift Swim. I don't want to make stuff up here, but I think my Stoutland here hacked the game because everything lists this thing as having Swift Swim. I believe somebody actually did a test where they used Still Swap as well after this video had gone up to show me it does have the ability Swift Swim, which doubles its speed in rain. As you're going to see, it rain dances. But Umber still outspeeds. And based on Umber's speed stat, I don't remember what it was, but it can be found in the videos. It shouldn't be possible for Umber to be twice Seismitoad's speed. But somehow it happens. And I've never been able to understand it or figure it out from this even till this day. So it's quite the show here. It's like it was fate, honestly. It sounds ridiculous, but it's quite cool. So at this point, I believe I still have 2 healing items with my rules. Obviously, this was a hardcore wedlock. I would have done Lost a long time ago at this point. But that was before I started doing that, like I said. It's still a great challenge regardless. So I'm going to use a Hyper Potion here.
I have to here.
And
Muddy Water is going to make me inaccurate, and I'm going to die to the Seismitoad.
Yeah, I assumed I was going to get Muddy Watered, but it's going to use Earthquake. I figured this would do over half, but it doesn't. That's actually pretty good, right? And let's see how much return does. It does over half. And then it goes for Rain Dance. Like I said, it has the ability Swift Swim, unless every fan site is wrong, or it could have a random ability. That's something I've not actually considered. But I don't think that's a thing. Like, people would know about that, or people would talk about that. I've never seen that anywhere. Its speed should be double, and there's no way a Stoutland with only 1 level higher has more than double the speed that the Seismitoad has. My Stoutland wanted to win this for us because we outspeed it.
Come on, kill it.
That's outrageous.
What?
It does, unless it doesn't, but like it should. But that Rain Dance helped us win. Like, obviously, we're getting lucky here. I'm not claiming this is like a good gameplay. This is one of my older series. It's just an incredible feat to behold, honestly.
Electros and what
So
else?
he has Electros, and I'm forgetting Bisharp, actually.
Remember, it is Bisharp.
But there's Bisharp.
I can't fight a Bisharp.
I can't fight a Bisharp. I have nothing.
Break 2, I bet.
I have absolutely nothing that's not very effective, right?
I can't fight Bisharp.
I can't fight Bisharp.
There's no way.
There's no way.
Unless I freeze it.
Unless I freeze it.
That's my only bet.
We do.
What?
It's actually one of the most outrageous moments. All of this lining up.
Ready for
I have to watch ads on my own
experience?
video. This is outrageous. I should just turn on ad block when I do this type of style video. All right, we're learning. But we freeze it. We're not doing a lot of damage, but that freeze is the only chance we had. It stays frozen solid. It could have thawed immediately.
Take a risk and heal so I can be good for the Electros.
And I contemplate using my last item here, which would have been a mistake because I could have taken a hit here. I wasn't sure if I could, though. I thought it might have had Brick Break. We fail to knock it out, and it does defrost. So it hits us with a Stone Edge. This is where I panic. We could have been crit here. That could have been it. But fate had different plans.
I'm so
and we take out Bisharp.
If we could actually pull this off, do you have any idea how amazing that would be?
And past me is like, if we could do this, do you have any idea? Like, history was being made at this point. This is absolutely incredible. Umber is a hero, and like he's still talked about to this very day with my viewers and like in my Discord server. Like, we still talk about Umber 5 years later. That's how big of an impact that this Pokemon had. And
his final Pokemon is Electros.
it's his final Pokemon.
Electric type, level 52.
I still have one more healing item, so
And I'm
I
gonna
use
use
that
my
just in
final
case.
healing item of the pair.
Nowadays, I would never do a challenge with items like this, but it was just 3 per pair, so you know it's still balanced. I recommend 3 per pair until you like have done a lot of them, right? Like, I'm at the point now where I would never use items again, but it doesn't take away from how actually incredible this moment is.
I think it knows
So
Focus Blast.
I use
but
my
if it does, it's over.
final item. I'm thinking it
Please
might have
don't
Focus
know it.
Blast. It doesn't have Focus Blast. Wild Charge, surprisingly, doesn't really do that much. Like, I've seen so many people talk crap about Stoutland because, oh, it's an early route Pokemon. It's like, Stoutland is awesome. Look what just happened. I won this challenge thanks to him. And it wasn't like this was the only good thing he did. This Pokemon was outrageous the entire series. There are so many Umber moments, not just this one, that it's just like, it looks like it's not real. How much this one Stoutland did, it's absolutely outrageous. It's so incredible. I love it. We do over half. It does Wild Charge. And I'm going to mute this because I get quite loud. But what is going on here, Ghetsis says, I don't know, still to this day. But that's how my Stoutland Umber became a hero that would never be forgotten in the history of Nuzlocke. Anybody that's seen this moment you just don't forget this moment. This is one of the most incredible Nuzlocke moments recorded to date, I feel. And I'm not the only one that feels that way. This is where I actually got one of my first big growth spurts on YouTube. Like, when I was first started out, like this was October. I had started in April of that year, and I remember, I do Wedlocke challenges, and Maryland started the Wedlocke, and I owe this moment in this Pokemon a lot to like boosting me in the Nuzlocke community when I was first starting out. Like, 5,000 views, it's not a lot, but like that was huge for me back then, right? It obviously didn't get that back then, but I remember I commented on a Maryland video just like kind of talking about it. I wasn't plugging myself. I was just like, man, I had such an incredible moment too, and like people found it. And I remember this one guy responded to that comment. It was like, literally nobody cares. You're a nobody. Maryland's the only one we care about. And like a bunch of people vouched for me and like was like, you speak for yourself. I like him. He's really cool. And it meant a lot. And I could still go back to that comment today probably. And a lot of people saw that comment because it had so many interactions. And then they clicked and they found this episode. And they're like, that's incredible. And that's how they found the channel. A lot of people found the channel from this video. And it's a very sentimental one for me. I absolutely love this moment. It's such a good story. And I'm having a lot of fun like thinking about these old moments, like making a video about it. Like, this is without a doubt, this is Stoutland as a hero, and I still have him to this day. I keep all my Pokemon that make it. And Umber was actually kind of bad. I believe his attack IV was like really bad, and he was just overall like not great. He was a Route 1 Pokemon. I caught him in episode 1. Like, Taco Bell again? Seriously? I didn't even think about Taco Bell today or talk about it. It's just all of a sudden there's Taco Bell. But like, I caught this little Lillipup in the very first episode, and the entire series, he did so many good things, and without a doubt, Umber's a hero. And it's just cool. I know like this doesn't mean a lot to a lot of people, right? But like, it means a lot to me. I've been doing this for so long, and even before I started YouTube, Nuzlocke have always been really important to me. And these moments, I've got so many of these moments and memories, and they all mean a lot. Even the small ones that aren't like, this is outrageous and special, right? But like, there's even like small moments I'd love to go over. That's just like, that's not even anything special, but like, it's special to me, right? And it's special to the people that watched the series at the time when they came out. So Umber Sleep right there, but then Umber Attack. Hopefully some people that have never seen this before actually stumble upon it, because that would be really cool. And if you want to watch the actual full fight, I'll probably have the video link in the description. It's quite loud, so I'm a loud person in my videos. But back then, it was only my 4th series. I was kind of like more mellow, a little bit. But like that fight was ridiculous. I remember. I'll stop rambling here in a second, but I remember when I recorded that, I had lived in a very small apartment. Like the size of this room was actually the size of the entire apartment, and I shared it with my mom and my 2 dogs. We were quite struggling at that point, and we were, trying to make ends meet, if you will. So we had a little tiny place, and she was asleep on the couch, and I was recording that episode, and I was sitting there screaming because how amazing it was. And she was like, "What happened?" And I'm like, "You won't believe this." So it's a good memory. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this little look back if you are a longtime viewer of the channel, or if you just, have stumbled upon this and you enjoyed it regardless. I'd love to hear about that. And if you did enjoy it, don't forget to click a like on the video down below, like this button right here. If it's blue, I love you. You're a great person. And if it's gray and you enjoyed it anyways, but you're a little bit of a rebel, I love you too. It's fine. And if you want to see more videos like this, looking back at the past, or future series of mine, or anything I decided to do, it'd mean a lot to me if you click the subscribe button as well, if you haven't done so already. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time for something. I don't know what I'm going to do. Give me ideas. You got any past moments you want to see me look back on, or any just ideas? Like, I had one, like, going over all the moments that I used weather in a Nuzlocke. And I feel like I've used it a decent amount, but like I couldn't make that big of a list off my head. But if you got those ideas, let me know. I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully. Thank you so much for watching.